Trump has signed the bill saying that he wants the bigger checks that he's called for. Okay, good. There are other people in government who want that. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez responded immediately to the signature saying, great, now we can sign Rashida Tlaib and I's amendment to bring the $600 checks to $2,000. And supposedly House Democrats are planning today to vote on legislation that would provide for $2,000 direct payments. Chuck Schumer is going to be moving to pass the bill in the Senate, which is obviously where the actual issue is. So you've got the Democrats in both the House and the Senate that are on board with this. You have Donald Trump saying that he wants the bigger checks, but that message is undercut by the fact that he already signed the bill without them. So in theory, could he maybe somehow veto it? I don't know, maybe. But like, it's feeling more to me like he just wants people to think he advocated for bigger checks, but isn't actually pushing for it. And as of right now, it is possible that we'll get them, but it ain't a guarantee. It's possible that this was just a ploy to help out the Republicans in Georgia or to help stroke his ego or whatever. I don't know at this point what's going to end up happening in the Senate. There are some Republicans who've been saying that they'll sign on to this. It doesn't seem like a lot of Republican senators are saying that, though.
I mean, I hope they do, right? Obviously, I would never say that I wouldn't hope that giving Americans twice the amount of money that was promised in this measly bill that has holdover money from the initial relief package, like it is it is so inadequate. It is a slap in the face. It really is. And we have to remember that. And absolutely, I support, AOC and Rashida Tlaib, like trying to move this forward. I hope they get more Senate, Republicans on board, and I hope they're forced to face themselves in the mirror when they vote no on this. I just don't hold out any hope that many of them, still have mirrors in their homes, and they're not, on Christmas Eve, on December 24th, House Republicans voted down this bill, right? They voted down this amendment to add money to that stimulus. My brain cannot do the math, but you know what I'm saying?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. And so, we will see. But yeah, it seems like it was just a last minute temper tantrum. It's almost like the way that, a boss tries to take credit for any work that their worker has done, any work that their employee has done by like holding it up, then like putting a little doodle on it or like changing a word here or there on your report and then being like, see, executives, I did this. It's a little bit of that, like, game where he wants to feel like he had more of a hand in it when he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's possible. Like things are so bad in terms of the pandemic and the unemployment numbers that it is possible, but it's feeling to me more like it was a ploy, like it was just designed to distract us, to fool us. And it's really I think there have been a lot of things that we have been forced to either learn or things that hopefully we can learn from 2020. But one is that, like, at least on the right, and I would argue to a little bit, in the Democratic Party as well, like Nancy Pelosi has hardly been amazing during this, and, she got reelected and all that, that on the right, they showed that you don't have to even pretend like to care if people live or die, if they keep their jobs, if they're like, think about it. It's not only the worst domestic crisis of our lives, but it was Christmas and Trump goes off and plays golf like every single day. Mike Pence goes to this like resort in the mountains that looks like it's out of a Frozen movie. Like, and they don't do anything. He waits for the unemployment to lapse. He signs on to it, but says that supposedly he wants bigger checks. Like, that people can't see through this, that his own voters don't think, that they do think that they believe that he actually cares about them after all of this. It's just it's not just a failure of democracy in all the ways that our democracy has failed, but it's a failure of, I can't imagine democracy working in a country where they have to do so little to fool people into believing that they have their backs, and people believe that they have their backs.
Yes, absolutely. And look, I know it feels basic at this point, but let's not forget that Trump's male, rich whiteness has gotten him everything in life. And the fact that our former African-American president was not awarded the amount of leeway as this president, someone who arguably wasn't all that amazing, right? You know, had a lot of shortcomings, but was hounded over the littlest things. Like, this is the last gasp of like, I got it's, I don't know if it's the last gasp, but it's one of the last gasps of this like insanely wealthy Epstein plane white male privilege that gets to do and grab whatever they want. And here he is, you know, personified in this like half man, half beast creature that, like, I don't know, capitalism and patriarchy created, which is Donald Trump. And you see that in the way that people like comedians like Sarah Cooper can imitate him, and she looks hilarious and ridiculous by doing his voice. Or the way you read out his tweets. It's like, if anyone else tried to do this, you know, they would be tanked. But somehow he gets away with it. And again, like, yes, it's like this weird button of like if we push this button, Republicans know, if we push this fake populist button again and again and again, we can win again and again and again. And so it's our jobs to keep on just pointing out this hypocrisy, keep pointing out that he's actually not strong when he says he's strong. I digress, John.
Yeah, I think he's the ultimate example of it, like you're saying. But like, you know, like Tucker Carlson's viewers think that he's a populist, that he cares about people. He's like a literal heir. He has like 5 mansions with studios in them. And they think, oh, no, he has our back. Like, you can be incredibly wealthy and have like these amazing houses, but like, no, totally, like, you still have our back. And people believe Elon Musk is cool. People get fooled into the most amazing. How could you believe these things? But people do. People do. And a lot of it is aspirational. They believe that if I line, it's just cults. If I line up with this person and if I worship them, I'll get lifted up.
Yes.
You know, whether it's their tax cuts someday will trickle onto my face, or if it's like Elon Musk is going to tell me when to buy Bitcoin and I'm going to become a billionaire. It's just these crazy aspirational beliefs that don't have any basis in reality.
Yeah. Look at your vitamin cabinet right now. Do you have any supplements that you were sold over the internet? It's a big clue. You might be lied to.
Okay.